Hello, my festive friends, and welcome back to BariTale Coaching, where we are celebrating all of the joys and the challenges post-weight loss surgery. Today, inspired by you, we are talking about one of the biggest challenges of life after surgery, and that's holiday travel. Whether it's the fear of FOMO, so the anticipatory FOMO, the abounding festive meals and how to navigate them, or the logistics of simply traveling, life after surgery when it comes to holiday get up and go can be challenging. It can be tough, but it's also a time for huge victories, and I want to make sure that you have the perspective and the mindset on how to celebrate those too. If this video sounds like something you might need today, I hope you will consider subscribing. I hope you will like this channel, leave a comment down below. You can engage entirely for free, and I don't even think you know how much of a difference it makes, but it does. It makes a huge difference for the channel. I recently posted a video here on YouTube with my 8 tips of how to stay on track this holiday season. And one of the comments I received is, you left out travel, which is something a lot of us are doing. Could you please do a dedicated video? So that's what today is all about. We're gonna start with my favorite part-time hobby, and that is the puzzle of packing after surgery. And arguably before, but I think even more so after weight loss surgery, preparation and organization are going to be the keys to your success when it comes to traveling, especially when it's super busy during the holiday season. Before we get into the things that you need to do post-op in order to keep your lifestyle going, I want you to pause and think about physically packing a suitcase. Your clothing is smaller now. You probably have been able to shop for pieces that you like, that fit your body well, not just pieces that will suffice because they actually cover you. So pause. When you're stressed out about all the holiday packing, and I'm actually doing some today, I like to think about, I can actually fit more in this suitcase because my clothing pieces are so much smaller than they used to be. So there's a moment of non-scale victory for you to start. Now, this is not going to be a revelation, but one of my go-to best strategies for packing after weight loss surgery is to pack my own snacks. You are going to be hungry en route to traveling. Protein bars, protein shakes, that's been a real game changer for me when it comes to travel and saving money while I'm in an airport, while we're driving by convenience stores. I like nuts. A trail mix is really nice. I even really like jerky, certain kinds of it that aren't too like rippy, if that makes sense. These little preparation situations are game changing when it comes to passing by like fast food in the airport, or you're in a car for a long journey, which is what we're about to do, and we're gonna drive by fast food or convenience stores. Not to say you can't have those things, but a lot of those options will no longer work for you or make you feel good after you eat them. That's my thing, is that while I'm traveling, I certainly don't want to have an upset stomach or a tummy ache or feel tight in my stomach while I'm not close to a bathroom that I know is clean and that I'm familiar with. Don't forget your refillable water tumbler. You think you won't need it. You will. You'll wish you had it. And the ones that keep your water cold or whatever temperature you like it at, that's the one to bring. I have been bringing my Simple Modern candy cane tumbler with me everywhere we go, including to Boston last weekend. Dehydration is the ultimate Grinch when traveling. And if you're flying, bring those electrolyte powders, add them to your water. Any way that you can get ahead of being dehydrated will help you. And that's true all the time, but I think particularly on flights when everything is so dry, those extra little steps make a huge difference in how you feel when you wake up the next day off the plane. During that recent weekend, when I traveled to Boston with my daughter, I actually vlogged that experience here for you. I thought I packed everything. You know, I had a spreadsheet. Everything was rolled tight. I had new packing cubes. So excited, except I forgot a crucial thing. My protein shake. I only needed one and I didn't bring it. So I ended up eating dinner from the night before, those leftovers for breakfast, which is fine, but I would have been so mad at myself if I had to purchase something something extra that I didn't know aligned with my goals. So I did eat a full breakfast dinner sandwich, like the quarter part that I still had left over as my breakfast, but I was really craving that protein shake and it was such an easy thing to pack and I forgot it. Now for upcoming travel, I have triple checked my list and I know now that snacks have to be on the list too. I can't simply leave it to my mind to remember what those will be. I am going to briefly talk about navigating holiday meals, but I did an entire 8 steps to navigation for this in a video here that I'll link for you. But I did want to touch on this because you're here now and hopefully this tip will help you, and it's not always a bad thing to hear something more than once. We know holiday meals are meant to be savored. They're meant to be enjoyed in the company of people you love, with warm candlelight, maybe some soft music. You get the gist. But this can feel very overwhelming post-op, especially when it's your first year right out of surgery. My strategy, and you know this, especially if you follow on social media, is protein first always for that meal. Protein first. Then you have your space for veggies, and then you stack on your treats, okay? If you are in a place, if your journey right now is out of surgery long enough that it allows you to enjoy the Christmassy delight of treats, I don't want you to deny yourself. I want you to pick a couple, 3, maybe less, small little scoops of whatever it is you want. But you have to eat your protein first. I like to use a small 6-inch dessert appetizer salad plate. Half of it has to be protein. And then on the other side, I will do a blend of veggies and some starches or carbs and a fat. And then if I have space later, that's when I go back and add in some treats. I was recently talking to my Glow Getter membership about the challenges of holiday dining, and we were kind of just sharing our own experiences, and I shared that the hardest part for me still, 5 years later, is the charcuterie board. My sister, who you know, she's my bariatric bestie. There will be a video with her in January coming up. Make sure you are subscribed. She's like the queen of really good charcuterie boards. So I specifically went to her house early on Thanksgiving, like dinner was at 3. I went at 12:31 so that I could snack on some cheese, wait a while, and then still be hungry for dinner. But I had to strategically plan my family, my day around my desire for charcuterie. If you are not a cheese queen and that doesn't speak to you, you might think, that's insane, Chelsea. Yes, I was also there to spend time with my family, obviously. But was the main scheduling around the charcuterie board? Yes. Yes, it was. Space it out if you can. If that's your same challenge, I hear you. I get you. We're in the safe space here, okay, where we can talk about how much we love cheese. But you might need to space it out. Or that could be a protein that's on your actual holiday meal plate. Let's talk about FOMO, okay? The fear of missing out is so real, and that's valid. There's nothing else to say, period. That's all very real and true. I think this is especially heightened around the holidays because they only happen once a year. And your family may have traditions that center very heavily around food or like specific foods that are only made at this time of year. But I want you here, this is where we're going to have to use a bit of our mindset. I want you here to flip this narrative, okay? The holidays have never been just about eating. We made them that way. They became food-centric because of our family traditions, because of where our mindset used to be, because of the diet, the nature of restriction in dieting. And now post-op, we're trying to heal a lot of that, which is where we're going to focus on the experiences, including the experience of eating, but not just the experience of eating. What are the holiday moments that you look forward to and can enjoy? I'm gonna name some for you, okay? So this morning, we went to the harbor to watch Santa come in by boat, where the local high school sings carols, Santa gives out candy canes. There is a holiday stroll in almost every single town in this country, right? With a tree lighting and potentially a parade. Could you decorate cookies with your kids or your nieces, your nephews, your family? You don't have to eat them all. Maybe you decorate a really beautiful one and that one you designate as for you when you want it. But the joy of just making the mess, cooking, baking together and decorating is still something absolutely that you can look forward to. Could you spend some time cuddled up on the couch with a mug of tea, watching your favorite holiday films in the quiet of a winter night? Could you take part in local games? Like, you know how families sometimes have cookie parties? We do that in our family too. What if you had like a board game day or a board game evening and got everybody together for that? These little magical traditions are what you are going to remember 20 years from now. It's what your kids are going to remember 20 years from now. They're not going to remember every single meal or every single theme of a meal that was served. This is your opportunity, my love, to romanticize your holiday season. You're the main character. If you play this movie out, what do you want to be doing this season? Is there a time that you could just like pack up your car, take your snacks with you, and go on a road trip to somewhere festive and snowy and Christmassy? Perhaps that's Boston. New York City is amazing at Christmas time. We're headed to New Hampshire in Canada next weekend. Is there something you've wanted to do for Christmas that doesn't involve food that you've never done before? That's the thing, okay? That's the thing that you want to do this year. And if you can't afford to do the actual big ticket item thing, what little pieces of that can you bring into your life? Maybe you can't get tickets to the Nutcracker this late in the season, but can you watch it on Disney Plus, maybe dressed up as if you were there? All of these things, these different ways to celebrate the season, that is how I feel like I am never missing out. In fact, I am abundant with incredible, joyful memories, and that's exactly how I want you to feel too, because it feels filling. It feels life-giving, and just the gratitude that you'll feel about these pieces of your life will last you a year's worth of joy. So tell me, what's your favorite thing, your favorite activity to do during the holidays? This one might be challenging, but it's the idea of establishing boundaries, because it's okay and encouraged for you to say no. Traveling during the holidays can be exhausting. And as someone who's post-op, it is essential that you protect your own energy. Take breaks, schedule in rest, and yes, skip events as needed. It is absolutely essential that you are leaning in hard to your self-care this holiday and winter season, because those feelings of exhaustion and stress and overwhelm that have now sadly started to accompany a lot of the messaging around this festive season, they can cause you to be ill, they can cause bowel blockages, and they also have the negative side effect of making you feel sad, depleted, and tired. Your self-care doesn't have to be extensive. I have what I would consider 1,000 videos on self-care, but this could be simply taking a nap. When's the last time you took a nap, girl? I'm also talking to myself in that clip. Could it be journaling? If you are a part of my membership, I'm starting a new journaling prompt. If you would like that as a challenge in January, a free challenge, will you let me know in the comments where we could do like daily, weekly prompts and kind of provide feedback for each other? Will you let me know if that's something that you'd like? What if it's a winter walk? I love a brisk outdoor walk where you get to get bundled up in all your cutest accessories and walk, whether you're listening to just simply nothing, the sound of nature, or I like to listen to affirmations and meditation when I walk, a book, whatever that may be. A true story. There was a Christmas season long ago. Mark and I lived in a different place. We didn't have Callie. I'm not even 100% certain we were married yet. So we're talking potentially 14, 15 years ago. And because of the fact that we were not hosting, we attended, between friends and family, I think 13 Christmas experiences, activities, parties within a 24-hour period. It was awful. I remember in my little blue Nissan Versa pulling into the driveway, Mark was driving, with tears in my eyes, feeling so sad that I was so tired at my favorite time of year. Like I felt like I was missing the magic and the joy because I was fully socially depleted. I will never let that happen again. It's a little bit control freak-esque of me, but we do host Christmas Eve and Christmas dinner so that we don't have to be out in the world, out of the house, multiple times over the course of 2 days. This protects my peace. I feel like I get to have my family over and be calm and joyful, and I still get to be in charge of the aesthetic. We are going to celebrate every small victory. I would encourage you to have a note in your phone that's literally called non-scale victories or super exciting victories, whatever you want to title it, magical moments where you document what's working for you. Are you fitting more comfortably in an airplane seat? Are you able to hustle in a winter coat through the airport without being so out of breath that you need to stop multiple times? Are you walking through a snowy city and your joints don't hurt? Are you playing with the kids? Are you decorating the cookies and not feeling the urge to eat 36 of them? These are all victories. I want you to think about how far you've come, and I mean that right now in real time with me. While you're watching this video, I want you to, no one's around. If they are, who cares? Close your eyes, okay? Unless you're driving, please don't. Close your eyes. How far have you come since your surgery day? I hope right now your brain is filling with the life that you used to live and the life that you get to live now. This is gonna sound really silly, but one of my proudest moments was after surgery. I'm not like a winter sports person, okay? I'm a summer girl, and you know that. Summer and Christmas are my favorite seasons. So we took my daughter skating, like, you know, on the milk carton situations type of skating. And I was able to skate around very badly because I'm, again, not a winter sports girly. However, I was able to stay on the skates. I didn't experience any pain. I don't remember if I fell. I think I might have fallen once. I didn't break anything, but I was not too embarrassed to get on skates and wonder, are these gonna hold me? It's those memories that remind me why I started this journey. And if I look back to my 5-year-ago self and the Christmases that she experienced, I was so much more tired at the end of the day, or I needed caffeine in the middle of the day to be able to function later into the evening. I definitely had way less stamina, and I was using my money at that time to fill a void in myself, to like purchase things for me only during Black Friday. And I still do a lot of shopping for myself, but it's not to fill something that's missing. It's to add to my life. So there are just so many changes aside from the food that have happened since surgery. And whenever there's an obstacle in a holiday travel season, those are what I focus on. So whether you are packing for a big trip or just a small holiday gathering down the road, I want you to remember that you've got this. With a little bit of planning, some sprinkles of self-care, you can navigate and even enjoy the experience of traveling during the holiday season. I would love it if you would share your travel tips, your best travel tips, or even your victories. Wouldn't that be beautiful in the comments below? Don't forget to like, subscribe, join our community, and hit that little bell so that you're notified every time a new video is coming up, because we have had some surprise bonus videos and there will be more too. And next week, you are going to get to see the vlog coming from Canada. We are headed into New Hampshire for a Christmas market, Quebec. We are going skiing. Well, I'm not going skiing. Remember, not a winter sports girly, but I'm going to show you all of the beauty and the festivity of this magical time of year in a place where there probably and hopefully will be snow. I love you, my little elves. Happy holidays, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Bye.